Hi guys, Jamie here. Today we've got something a little bit different. I'm in St Paul's in Bristol, BS2, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of a visual example of gentrification in the area. So many of you will know St Paul's, obviously known for the riots in the 80s, generally regarded as a pretty tough area. Just come from Grosvenor Road, which is behind me, which is where the old black and white cafe was. There was actually some books written about that and the drug trade that was going on and going through St Paul's. But as you can see now, it's a pretty nice area. Over the last sort of 5-10 years, it's really sort of picked itself up. If you were trying to buy a house here in 1999, you could have picked one up for about 50 grand. Around about 2000, about the same. 2015, you're looking at a 3-bed terraced house for 240. So obviously it's getting up there in price and starting to actually push out those people who were living here, the existing residents. And now you won't really get much change out 350 grand for a 3-bedroom terrace like these ones behind me, which is obviously far and away above what the people who are working and being brought up in the St Paul's area can afford. Many reasons for that. Obviously the Bristol market is bouncing. Bristol market's been going up and up. That's very well known. But also St Paul's is about half a mile away from Cabot Circus, which is now the main shopping place in Bristol. It was sort of built, I'm not sure exactly, but 15 years ago. So obviously all that does, like, people want to be near there. People want to be near the shops. The retail provides the jobs. A lot of local residents are being moved on into places like Easton. We had a boxing gym, which is down the end of this street here, Thomas Street, BS2 9LL. The Empire Boxing Gym, which was in the community for around about 40 years, that was shut down and sold in 2014, and in its place now on the other side on Newfoundland Street has actually been replaced with about 25 flats. So further sort of proof of the gentrification of this area, but also sadly that it's pushing a lot of the existing communities away and forcing them to find accommodation elsewhere, because as I said, the price of these houses, you're not getting much change at 350 grand, and the more that happens, it brings a new wave, a new type of people in here. Not sure how PC this is, but there's a lot of hippies about now in St Paul's that quite frankly wouldn't have been allowed, or wouldn't have been made welcome here, let's say, sort of 20-25 years ago. It's still got some existing problems. It's still got some of the old factions of the drugs trade around. Like I said, on Grosvenor Road, which is a lot better than it was. You know, you can walk up and down there now without any problems. It's still got those elements where you see people selling drugs on the street, but then at the same time it's mixed in with these people that are able to afford 350 grand houses. This is the old boxing gym in the church here, St Agnes Church. As you can see, it's now been replaced with stained glass windows. Before, when I was working here, there were no windows, smashed windows, and we used to come out here, and this was around about sort of 2012, 2013. I was actually in the park, which I'm not going to film because there's children playing in there. But in the park, you know, we found a number of heroin needles, and the adventure playground, the St Paul's Adventure Playground, which is behind me, you can see in the distance there, that actually got burnt down by vandals. So it sort of swings and roundabouts. The sad thing is that areas like this are changing because of, you know, as I said, gentrification. They're being pushed out across by developments like Cabot Circus and and other new buildings and population growth, which is sad for the existing residents, but at the same time it's good that these problems are moving on, albeit only to somewhere else. You see some of that great Bristol artwork in the background. Thanks guys, bit of a different one today, but I hope you enjoyed it. Take care, and I'll catch you next week.